Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Lo.
Are we starting?
Well, apparently not.
So welcome back, guys. This is another episode of our little podcast that we've got going on here.
Episode
This
two.
is going to be episode 2, yeah.
Yep.
I am Leon, if you weren't here last time. This is Lo, and this is Geshi. Basically, we are not doctors. Whatever you think we know, we're just saying it out of our own opinion. We don't actually know anything legally.
We're not qualified.
We're not qualified to tell you things or give you advice. We're not qualified to tell you what you should take or what you should avoid taking. We're just here for a little discussion to kind of give our views, our own opinions, and give a space for you guys to give yours too.
And if you're not sure, go and talk to your GP and ask them about anything.
For sure, 100.
Always.
If you do have any questions about what we're saying, what we just said, you can always drop a comment below or email us or get in touch with us somehow. We've got multiple social media channels, Instagram, YouTube, even SoundCloud. I think you can do messages on there if you want.
If you really want. You can drop it on comments on the song.
Yeah, man.
I guess the first thing to talk about is we made friends with a nice little place called the Street Easy. They're a really cool bunch of people down there. Ruby.
It actually came off the back of a music podcast that we did.
Yeah.
With Ken Dresser, we have DJs coming into the shop, in our retail shop in London on Portobello Road. We do live streams in the store on a Friday. So quite often a Friday night we close the shop up a little bit early. Well, not close, but we stay open, but we kind of chill out about 5. DJs come on. We live stream the DJ set while the shop is open, and we close the doors at 6:30 when we normally close. And whoever's in the store at that point stays with us till about 7:30, 8 o'clock, and we just play music. But one of the DJs that came down, Ken Dresser, actually introduced us to the Street Easy, which is a bar in London, a cocktail bar, really, really cool little bar.
And we met Ruby.
Yeah, big up Ruby.
Big up Ruby, and she's really really into the whole like CBD idea.
Yep.
But obviously she's more of a food and drinks background.
Yep.
So they've been doing some really cool stuff. They're using our oils. I think they've got some coffees that include our oils, and they've got a few cocktails as well. One that was quite memorable for us was the Margarita.
Yeah, big up to the Margarita.
The Margarita. I'm not a tequila person myself.
I love tequila.
He loves it, but
Do you know what? I'm not even a drinker, and I had the virgin version, and it was banging.
It was tasty, right?
It was TT.
I can do a shot of tequila, but in a drink I find it disgusting. But these, I don't know what they were doing. Maybe it's a CBD.
They basically,
wow.
I don't know what they were doing. It was fresh
Super
ingredients,
tasty.
really nicely presented. Like the actual rim, the salt rim around the glass was banging. It was hibiscus, and it had a little bit of sugar in it. Actually, it was a bit different. Great food, great little spot.
Nice vegan options.
Nice vegan options as well.
We all had a really good time, basically,
Yeah.
and we really recommend anyone watching this to go there.
Street Easy, I think it's Exmouth.
Exmouth Market.
Exmouth Market is over by Clerkenwell, so it's in London. Yeah, man, head down there. Give them a little follow on Instagram as well. They're doing good little things.
Tell them that we
way,
sent you.
That way.
Yeah,
that way.
You lot are too much. Just let me deal with it. Keep your hands to yourself.
Alright. Right, moving on. You know, by the way, big up Ken Dresser. If you guys know about her, she's making banging music. Give her a little follow as well, and her address will be there.
Her address.
Her address, no address. Instagram. Profile
Send
name.
people to our house.
Just go say hello and leave.
But yeah, she's a sick up and coming musician. She's already smashing the scene.
Yeah, she's doing really well.
She's only gonna grow more and more, so check her out for sure.
You know, check out her mix on SoundCloud. Uploaded Other Side London. You can hear the kind of music that she makes and plays. It's a banging little set actually.
Banging.
Yeah, such a sick set. Yeah, speaking of music and SoundCloud and everything, we have actually, well, we're recording this now, so for us it's on Friday.
Yep.
But by the time you guys see this, it would have already happened.
Yep.
We have King Youth. Guess reggae dub vibes, like proper.
King Youth has been on the scene for years and years and years. Like, I remember I used to listen to him back in the day, like mixtapes and stuff like that on SoundCloud. Really, really good DJ and producer. Dub reggae all the way to jungle, D&B. So he's going to be coming down on Friday. And we're going to be doing a little party thing that we do every Friday in the shop. So if anyone, I mean, you're not going to see this one, but when this comes out, we'll by then have another DJ ready for the week after probably.
Or just travel back in time and
exactly. You can do that as well if you want.
Other side here. Can we have it here? Other Side Music Dispensary on Instagram. Yeah, there you go.
If you want to follow our music antics, then hit us up on our Other Side Music Dispensary page on Instagram. jump on our SoundCloud and give us a little play on there and a little follow. Suella Braverman has. What did she say? Bring it on.
So basically, she's decided that she's spoken to some chief of police type people who are like
ex-police.
People that are retired.
They're not working
and
anymore.
Like, you know, the thinking when they were around and all the laws when they were around was one thing, and the laws and the way the world thinks now is completely different to them. But they're all still stuck back in that old school mindset, and they've come up with this great idea where they want to make weed into a Class A substance.
Can you imagine? It was
the same level as crack.
I remember being really young, and it was a Class B, and then it went down to Class C.
You remember it was Class C?
It went down to Class C, and then they were like, "Nah, actually, it needs to go back up to Class B." I remember the Brixton experiment when you could walk around smoking and police wouldn't say shit to you because they were like, "All right, we're going to try and tolerate it and see if that works on a better level and not have to incarcerate people." And we had a few little snippets of like, "Oh, it feels like it's going in the right direction."
Yeah.
Oh, the perceptions changed because people are now more accepting of CBD products and hemp in general. But then it's like,
but how much?
They've never changed their position on like whether they want to actually like legalize it in this country. The Labour Party's never changed it. The Conservatives never changed their policy on it. They all say we have no intention to legalize it.
Like a lot of the time, we see these drip fed things where it's almost like little testing the waters. Like they're dipping a toe in there, just seeing how the reaction is.
They don't care about what they're saying. It's more about gauging reaction.
Yeah.
And right now they are gauging reaction. We're reacting to it.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, we're talking about it right now, so it's obviously working to a certain.
Maybe we should upload this.
Maybe we should upload this now.
So if it goes Class A,
like,
whether they then up everyone's sentence. I know we let you out last year, but actually, technically, now it's a Class A. You need to come back in. For another 3 years.
Come back in.
I mean, they've thrown it out. Like, it's not going anywhere. It got laughed out, basically. But just the premise that there's still people that are insisting it should be classed as a Class A. Also, what does it mean? Like, it's completely hollow. When you've got Class A's like mushrooms that are currently being studied in universities like Oxford and that, it's supposed to be a Class A. So it's just like, where's the logic with any of these classifications?
Doesn't make sense at all. It's just a joke thing. It's a joke thing.
There's a few sides to why she might be saying these things. One, it might be trying to... It's a voting tactic. It's a way of getting herself into power. She wants to kind of get herself to the top of the party.
And your old school Conservatives are going to go, yeah, we agree, we agree.
So
here. Like, we agree with that.
The speech she made, like, at the time where she mentioned that apparently she got 2 standing ovations and... But this is the same woman that said sending migrants to Rwanda would be her dream.
Can you just imagine a world where cannabis is classified the same level of danger and the same level of prison sentence as crack
or heroin,
and even ecstasy?
Mad. I mean, obviously alcohol doesn't have a classification like that, but surely alcohol should be. But it's way more dangerous.
It would, because if alcohol actually got classified as the drug that it is, then it would have to be Class A.
Yeah. By the way, guys, if you're watching this and you've got to this section, give us a little subscribe, give us a little like, hit that little bell.
Or drop us a comment. Get involved in the conversation. Man. Join in with us.
The reason why we're doing this is because we were getting censored on Instagram and no one could see our shit. So we really need as much support as possible right now.
We need your help. Yeah. They don't want to see us win.
They don't.
But we can.
It's a team effort. Touching on the hypocrisy of things, I just want to kind of highlight to you guys where we currently actually are in the UK right now with cannabis. So I'm going to just read directly from the NHS website. You can go read this as well. It's free online for anyone to read. Medical cannabis and cannabis oils on the NHS website. Medical cannabis, the term, is a broad term for any sort of cannabis-based medicine used to relieve symptoms.
Okay.
So that's really exciting because immediately that's like, okay, there is some kind of value to this. We're acknowledging here that you can relieve some symptoms in certain cases using cannabis. Many cannabis-based products are available to buy online, but their quality and content is not known. They may be illegal in the UK and potentially dangerous. Some products that might claim to be medical cannabis, such as CBD oil or hemp oil, calling shots here, are available to buy legally as food supplements from health stores. but there's no guarantee these are of good quality or provide any health benefits.
Okay.
So now they're saying cannabis can help, but if you're buying it from like a website or from a high street retailer or anyone like that,
it's most likely going to be illegal.
You could be in a lot of trouble, and it sounds like it could do some harm.
Scare tactics, mate.
Yeah. It is literally scare tactics, but that's why we've got our lab reports on the website and stuff like that. And
I mean, any reputable brand or company should have lab reports available on their website, so you can have a look and see for yourself, up to date ones, which might I add. See for yourself what is in the actual product. So, I mean, it may be illegal if it had more than the stated dose of THC, but generally, if it's got a lab report, that's fine, right?
Can I get a prescription for medical cannabis? Is the next heading. Very few people in England are likely to get a prescription for medical cannabis. Full stop. That is and that is a statement right
Why would that be when they've medicinalised it 4 years ago? They made this on the NHS. Why would very few people get it?
I'll tell you why right now, mate. This is their reasoning.
This is a joke.
Currently, it is only likely to be prescribed to the following conditions: children and adults with rare, severe forms of epilepsy, adults with vomiting and nausea caused by chemotherapy, people with muscle stiffness and spasms caused by MS.
Yep.
If you know about MS, obviously it's a really, 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 really difficult thing to deal with. And a lot of people around the world really suffer and struggle with it.
But the results from cannabis are amazing with it. It's really
and pretty well documented as
well.
Yeah,
very well documented.
Not recognised, but definitely well documented.
Go and Google it yourself, guys. There's millions of videos out there of people taking cannabis-based products before their MS, and it does actually work.
Cannabis would only be considered when other treatments were not suitable or had not helped.
So it's saying it's like back of the line, basically.
It's literally the last resort.
If we can't think of any other prescribed drugs to give you with millions of side effects, then we'll try cannabis at the very end.
We'll give it a go just in case. We're going to go through the current medications that they put on their website that are cannabis related, in order to solve those three different problems.
Yep.
So the first one, this is always a mouthful to say this one, Epidiolex. Epidiolex. It's a highly purified liquid containing CBD, essentially.
I'd say it comes from an isolate as well.
Would usually, because they can't risk throwing in other cannabinoids.
Exactly.
CBD is a chemical substance found in cannabis that has medical benefits. So they're saying here right now that is a direct statement from the NHS saying, I'm going to say it again, CBD is a chemical substance found in cannabis that has medical benefits. However, that's me quoting it. If I said that myself, that's a claim, and I could get prosecuted.
We can't say that. We can't say that on any of our products.
Get prosecuted for it.
We have to state that it's a food supplement. And it doesn't. And
there's no medical benefits.
It will not treat, diagnose, or cure any disease.
So even though there's not enough research out there to
more hypocrisies,
but it's not enough research out there to say that it's got medical benefits. But at the same time, the NHS is completely commending it and recognising it.
Yeah.
So anyway, it will not get you high because it does not contain THC, which is the chemical in cannabis that makes you high. Epidiolex can be prescribed by specialists for patients with Lennox-Gastaut, I think is how you say it, syndrome, and Dravet syndrome. Both are rare forms of epilepsy, essentially. The reason why they kind of leave THC out is because it's very this is the part of the research that we need a lot more work on. It's because certain parts of there's lots of different types of THC found inside of cannabis, lots of different chains of it. Some of them are really, really good for targeting the exact nervous receptors in the brain that help suppress seizures and stuff.
THCV is the anticonvulsant.
But delta-9 THC on its own actually is a nervous stimulant. So if you have epilepsy and you smoke that in your brain, it's going to give you a bit more of a chance of having a seizure. So that's where the danger does come, and stuff like CBG and CBD are also really good for helping with the THCV. CBG, And CBG also targets the receptors in your brain, not just in your body. So that's why for stuff like epilepsy, Parkinson's, any kind of motor neuron diseases, that's really, 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 really beneficial. But we can't say that it will actually help anyone or help anything, because that would be absolutely illegal. Yeah, so we'll go on to the next medicine. It's called Nabilone. It's for chemotherapy patients. This one's the one that I'm a little bit funny about. I'm not 100% sure how it works.
It's the one I'm less like that I know about, to be honest. It's the one that you don't hear as much about. You always hear about Epidiolex, and Sativex is the other one.
Yeah.
But yeah, this one here, Nabilone, for chemotherapy patients.
So many people having chemotherapy will have periods where they may feel really sick or vomit a lot. Nabilone can be prescribed to adults by specialists to help relieve the symptoms, but only when other treatments have not helped or are not suitable. Nabilone is a medicine taken as a capsule that has been developed to act in a similar way to THC. You may have heard it described as a man-made form of cannabis.
Spice.
Yeah, literally. Spice. And I mean, like,
come on.
We could talk about synthetic cannabinoids and why we're not fans of synthetic cannabinoids, but just think about this for a second, yeah? Why would you want to mimic the effects of THC if the THC is no good?
To be putting that in a pill and putting a fancy name on it.
They will say it's not that.
Yeah.
They'll say it's a different formulation, molecule,
similar
structure,
way.
blah, 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 blah. But essentially, from the wording on the website, it is the same.
It's the same
It's
thing.
a man-made form of cannabis. And it's trying to act
the same as THC.
Similar to THC. So I'm sorry, but a few years ago, everyone was buying spice and going, oh, cool, it's legal. And it's a legal high. And now they said, no, you're not allowed to have that. But actually, we're going to put it into a medicine.
I wonder if it's just to
This doesn't make
bypass
sense.
the complications of using THC, because obviously if they were to use THC in their product as their active ingredient, they'd have a bunch of hoops to go through. Do you know what I mean? Whereas this way, they can probably do it for much cheaper than having to extract it from the actual plant.
I'm sorry, but when
they synthesize anything, it's always because of cheapness. It's always to make it cheaper.
That's true.
you're out here trying to help chemotherapy patients, surely you're trying to get the best quality product, not the cheapest or the easiest.
It's not about that. Though. It's about money making for these people. These guys are out here profiteering off this plant and not letting us use the real plant.
So the next one's Nabiximols or
Sativex.
That's the one I've heard of.
Yep.
This is probably the most famous one. Sativex is a cannabis-based medicine that is sprayed into the mouth.
Mm-hmm.
It's licensed in the UK for adults with MS-related muscle spasticity that has not got better with other treatments. They are the most effective MS medicine we've seen so far, to be honest.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do agree with this one, but I wish it was just more readily available and it wasn't the last option.
It's not easy to get to. I mean, yeah.
I wish it wasn't the last option. And if you look at how many people in the UK have actually been prescribed this, it is abysmal.
I don't know how much they'd be able to explain about it working mechanistically without contradicting some of the other stuff they've got in here.
Yeah, that's the other thing as well.
Do you know what I mean?
I don't know. It's just a bit of a farce, really. The way it's described online, the medicines that they're prescribing, the way they talk about cannabis in general, the way it's like the perception that they put across, like it's like dangerous if you buy it not from us, or it's dangerous if you go to any other shop. It has to be. I don't know. It's got a vibe about it that doesn't really line up with the way we think about it.
Yeah. When we've got lab reports there for people to see and stuff, like this is nothing less than scaremongering, like. And I agree with what you were saying earlier, Gesh, about it's just being used to try and monopolise the market, as in, oh, no one can do this except for us,
like
kind of vibe.
It's a scare tactic.
As long as people are being transparent and the market's being regulated well, then really it should be a free for all. Like, it should be free market.
Definitely.
The thing they say for pain as well, like I'm just going to cover like two more little bits. But the thing they say for pain is there is some evidence that medical cannabis can help certain types of pain, though this evidence is not yet strong enough to recommend it for pain relief. In some cases, however, it may be prescribed for pain as part of a clinical trial. So that
again, it's very kind of open,
that's
isn't it?
why it's so hard to prescribe it, because they can't even prescribe it to the people that would want it, who need it for pain, and like because they can't say that it's for pain legally without putting them for a trial. So that is a crazy point to be at.
They've
to be
locked
honest.
themselves in almost.
But it does give me a little bit of hope that there's stuff going on to make it progress a bit further. But
I mean, of course, there has been progression since 10, 20 years ago. Of course, there has. Like, just perception alone on how people think of cannabis is completely different. Everybody used to think everybody who smoked was just a stoner, hippie, didn't get on with nothing, lazy, rare. Now, obviously, that's completely different. But it's still like the way it's progressing is very contradictory.
Very
like, it doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense to me.
Oh.
The last bit I want to say is this little bit about the safety.
Is this the juicy line? Is this the juicy bit?
This is quite funny, to be honest. I don't know how much we need to comment on this. We can probably let you take your own little interpretations out of this. So
this is breadcrumbs.
Is
leading. you guys can go and bake the bread like.
Is medical cannabis safe? Is the heading. The risk of using cannabis products containing THC, the chemical that gets you high, are not currently clear. That's why clinical trials are needed before they can be used. Products that only contain CBD, such as Epidiolex, do not carry these unknown risks linked with THC. But in reality, most products will contain a certain amount of THC.
They just mentioned CBD and THC. They say THC bad, CBD good. If it's just got CBD, it's good. It kind of glosses over the whole fact that there's 113 known cannabinoids currently.
Like all interact with each other in different ways.
And then the last thing is this is just for a laugh. This one really.
Should we go out, have a break and come back and read it?
Yeah, we can.
A few moments later.
We're just going to run through the last little section. Hopefully you enjoy the side effects of cannabis. Depending on the type of medical cannabis you take, it's possible to develop side effects such as decreased appetite.
As if...
Are you feeling hungry? Are you...
Mate, starving.
Starving.
My belly is rumbling.
Next one is diarrhea.
Shush you.
Guys.
Alright, calm down, bro. You know.
So yeah, number 3 is feeling sick. I can understand that is actually a possible side effect.
Yeah, possibly.
Lots of people who have something that's too high dose for what they're used to or what their tolerance is.
Generally though, people who don't really smoke who get sick of it is because they've been drinking.
Yeah. And
then they lose their inhibitions and they get smashed on booze.
And the two of them together.
It doesn't work.
Yeah.
That dance, old school rave dance.
But like, yeah, I mean, people do throw up. We call it a whitey. I don't know why, just what you call it.
Yeah, whitey.
Look up for your blood sugar, people. Hydrate yourself. And eat some fruit.
If you feel too high, eat some peppercorns as well.
That's a good one.
Yeah, it gives you lots of pepperine.
Weakness.
That again feeds into that whitey kind of feeling. Maybe like if you just start throwing up, you might feel a bit like weak, or maybe you're just a bit like slow and you can't bother to pick it up properly. You know what I mean? And the next one is a behavioural or mood change. So apparently smoking a psychoactive substance can make your mood change.
Happier. Excuse me. Happier.
You was such an idiot. Yeah, if I was really stressed out, maybe I wouldn't be afterwards. Dizziness, that feeds into whiteys, mate. Like, if you're whitey and I guess the whole world's spinning, that's probably because you've been drinking as well.
And, yeah, you just need to regulate how much you're taking at a time.
Yeah. Feeling very tired, well, I've never really heard of cannabis being like a stimulant. Like, we're not...
It doesn't make you want to, like, run around.
It's not part.
It's not really tired, it's more chilled, isn't it?
Yeah. Relaxing, yeah.
Relaxing, it's chilled.
It's an anti-inflammatory, which is known for relaxing.
The next one cracks me up, though.
Feeling high.
That's not a side effect. That's not a side effect.
That's the effect.
It's literally
feeling
high.
That's not the side effect. That's the effect. Hallucinations. I have heard of it.
Very rare though.
Very rare.
I've not really heard of it.
I've never really met
actually
anyone,
seeing things.
But yeah, the final thing we'll read to close this will the laws on cannabis be relaxed? The government has no intention of legalizing the use of cannabis for recreational, non-medical use. Possessing cannabis is illegal, whatever you're using it for. That includes medical use cannabis products, unless they have been prescribed for you.
Will the laws on cannabis... I think anything on cannabis will be relaxed. But I don't know.
There he goes.
There we go. So yeah, if you really enjoyed that, or even if you didn't,
let us know.
Please subscribe, but let us know, comment, send it around to your friends. You can share directly from.
If you found anything
YouTube.
useful information, if you liked it, like Leon says, please share it about. Give us a comment. Get the algorithm moving. Subscribe to the channel.
Give it a like.
Do all the bits that you need to do. Hit that notification bell.
Yeah, notification bell's a good one.
Amen.
Bless up, people.
Peace.